It's time to rally in the valley. It's Matsu Miners Baseball, and Kevin Peel and Kyle Howard have it for you next on the Matsu Miners Radio Network.
Welcome into the Miners pregame show, brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. Here's the voices of the Miners, Kevin Peel and Kyle Howard.
Two nights ago marked the end of non-conference play in the 2015 season for the Matsu Miners. The Miners took the exhibition opener Tuesday night in Chugiak and then rallied from a 5-1 deficit to win 8-5 over the Chinooks in a shortened 7-inning game in the opener on Wednesday night at home. While the Miners had an off day yesterday, the Chinooks had an offensive explosion, defeating the Legion All-Stars of Chugiak and Eagle River by a score of 13-0. Tonight, those two teams do battle again in Palmer, as the Miners look to remain unbeaten on the season. Hello, everyone, and welcome into the Napa Auto Parts pregame show here on Napa Auto Parts Night at Herman Brothers Park. I'm Kyle Howard, and I'm alongside Kevin Peel this evening. We're live from Herman Brothers Field tonight. It's a beautiful night for baseball, and we would have yet another exciting game on our hands. Kevin, these teams have battled neck and neck the first two matchups against each other this year. And now that exhibition games are over, it's time for conference play, which has a big stake in overall standings at the end of the season as well. After the Chinooks registered 13 runs on 12 hits last night, what do the Miners need to do to keep these fired-up Chinooks hitters off the base paths?
And definitely a positive night last night for the Chinooks after losing those first two games of the Miners in the Alaska Airlines preseason series. Definitely a good step for them. But when you look at it, I don't think the Miners' game plan really needs to change that much at all. You're going to see these starters a lot more. This was a Chinooks team that was really switching in and out players on Tuesday night and Wednesday night, trying to see which players are more ready or more fitting to be out on the field more. And now that that starting lineup is established, the Miners here really need to just play their game. And I know that's really simple sounding, but when you look at it in the first two matchups, really a couple errors cost them on Tuesday night, which led to at least two of the Chugiak runs, which Chugiak lost that game 5-4. And then when you look at it, it was just one bad inning on Wednesday night for Valenzuela and the Miners. Otherwise, you would have shut them out. So Miners really don't need to do much right now. I think they're in a good spot. Play their game. I think they've determined, at least for the time being, who their go-to guys are in the starting lineup. Maybe the batting order will flip-flop. That's just the way it goes in early season, trying to see which players should be where. But when you look at it, they just got to play their game, and I think they're in good shape.
As you mentioned, Coach Taylor's talking about self-identity a little bit. He said in the game the other night that the focus was more on learning about themselves as opposed to learning about the Chugiak-Eagle River Chinooks, as I asked that question in the post-game interview. But certainly it was a good last couple nights for self-identity, and here we are now entering conference play. Wednesday night also saw starting pitcher Sebastian Valenzuela work a perfect first 3 innings before running into some trouble after that. But after leaving the game, Eli Morgan, Trent Thompson, Caleb McCann, and Brick Paskowitz worked a combined 3 1/3 innings and did not allow a run in the process. Kevin, how important was it for the Miners to establish stability within the relief corps earlier in the year?
It's extremely important, especially when you're trying to go forward confidence-wise. When you can say to yourself, all right, we started off strong, let's keep this momentum going. I think it's a lot better to have more stability at the start of the season so you can keep building on that and making yourselves even more reliable. If you have a couple bad outings, then you're going to start to lose that focus, and there's questions of who's going to pitch where and how are we going to do this situation. But in terms of looking at where this bullpen is at, they've been spot on in all the situations that they have had to pitch in these previous 2 games on Tuesday and Wednesday. All the runs were surrendered by the starters, and again, as I mentioned previously, and you mentioned even during the broadcast of those games, Kyle, that really wasn't at times the pitcher's fault. So when you look at it, having that confidence going forward because you started off on a good note just builds to make your stability and your bullpen even better morale in the bullpen, that you know you can put this pitcher or this pitcher in a certain spot and they're going to come up and perform for you. That's really good going forward for the Miners.
And again, a shortened game, as you mentioned, it was big. They came up very big, 3 1/3 innings of no runs, despite coming in. So Valenzuela again in perfect 3 innings, but then allowed 5 runs before leaving that inning. And Eli Morton came in to slam the door then, and from then out, a couple of jams the Miners staff ran through, but really were able to work out. And again, now 2-0 after that. And in that game, though, the Miners had just 7 hits, and those 7 hits were big enough, though, they were able to manufacture 8 runs Wednesday night. A bases-clearing double by Alex Caruso and a 2-run double by Vance Vizcaíno, who also drafted on that day. Accounted for 5 of the Miners' 8 runs thanks to plate discipline and working Chugiak pitching for 8 walks. They were outstanding at the plate, just working the pitcher, a lot of counts full, and not earning a lot of walks in the process. So a great job at the plate that day for the hitting, at least. And the balls today was even seen to be flying off the bats of the Miners, though, even given that. So maybe not hitting the wall the other day, but today in batting practice they were hitting them out quite a bit today. So we'll have to see how that has an impact on the game. But Kevin, what do the Miners need to do to carry over that offensive success from 2 nights ago?
Well, they need to just stay patient at the plate and work the count for their pitches. We haven't really seen them yet be impatient in counts, and in fact, especially Tuesday night, they were pretty good at getting ahead of counts against the Chugiak pitchers. So making sure that they're working the count the way they want to, not chasing really bad pitches, they're going to be in a good spot to hit the ball, because when you're able to work the count, you're able to increase the chance that you're going to get a pitch that you really want to hit.
Absolutely, Kevin. We're going to step aside now for a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have a short interview with Matsu Miners infielder Caleb Wood. He was our pregame profile today. We'll have that for you in just a moment. So we'll be back in a moment on your home for Matsu Miners Baseball and your Matsu Miners Radio Network. Welcome back to Matsu Miners Baseball. We are inside the Napa Auto Parts pregame show tonight. Earlier this afternoon, we had a chance to sit down with infielder Caleb Wood. He's a junior from Gonzaga, and we had a great talk with him. Well, here it is for you. Welcome to the pregame show. Brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. I'm Kyle Howard, one of the play-by-play broadcasters for the Matsu Miners. Joined with Caleb Wood today. He's a junior at Gonzaga University here this summer, playing infield for this team. How are you doing today, Caleb?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for joining us today for the pregame show. Caleb, first of all, tell us why you came to Alaska.
Well, it's a great opportunity to be here. I'm from Arizona, and I go to Gonzaga University. And I came here after playing 2 other city balls, one in Wenatchee and the other in Northern California in Humboldt. And, this is going to be a great opportunity this year just to get better, meet some pretty cool guys out here. BT's a great guy, so I look forward to getting better this summer and, winning some ball games.
You mentioned wanting to get better. Do you have any goals set for this year?
Well, I would like to, maybe gain a few pounds because I'm about $165 right now, so getting to 175 would be a good goal to have this summer. Hit some line drives all over the ballpark and, just overall make my game better this year and see what Alaska has to offer.
Sure. You attend Gonzaga University with home a couple other players for this Miners team. Well, what brought you out here specifically to Alaska? What about this team, I guess, sounds great to you as far as getting better? What brought you here with the Matsu Miners?
Well, honestly, my coach set it up back in the fall. He got in contact with the coaches here and set me up with the program. Me and Eli and Calvin here together. And, we come out here for early beeps every day. two or 3 hours before the ball game, and we just get our hats off, get warm, and he's going to work with me on my swing, and we have some good plans for the upcoming season, and it's going to look good. It's going to be good out there.
Absolutely. Looking forward to seeing you this year out there. And also, there's two parts to the student athlete. There's also the academic side of things. What are you studying at Gonzaga?
Well, when I first got to Gonzaga, I wanted to be a business major because my buddy back in Arizona started up a business called Swing 7 Bats. So I wanted to get with him in business, but I figured out you don't need a business degree to run a business. So I did 2 years of that and wasn't very excited. It was kind of boring. Moved on to sport management, and I'm loving that degree right now. I'm going to pursue that in order to go back to Arizona and possibly intern with a couple of spring training stadiums around there, and just stick with baseball as long as I can. It doesn't work out at the end of the year, so I look forward to things coming up.
Perfect. Thank you so much for joining us today, Caleb. Good luck to you today.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Miners and the Chinooks are set to go here in a few minutes. We'll be back in a moment with more of the pregame show sponsored by Napa Auto Parts. On your home for Mat 2 Miners Baseball, the Mat 2 Miners Radio Network. Welcome back to Matsu Miners Baseball. We're about ready to play here. Kyle Howard and Kevin Peel here with you. A beautiful evening for baseball this evening, and teams are out and ready to play now. We'll go ahead and give you the starting lineups, starting with the visiting Chugiak-Eagle River Chinooks. Batting first and playing center field is Cameron Baranek. Batting second and in left field, Braxton Wilkes. Batting third and at second base, Will Bass. Batting cleanup today and playing first base is Holt Davis. Michael Staudinger will be the designated hitter, and he'll bat fifth. Hunter Hanks bats sixth, and he plays shortstop. Tyler Boxwell will be doing the catching tonight. He'll be batting seventh. Jacob Brobst, the Ohio State product, will be playing right field. And rounding it out, the lineup tonight, Patrick Cromwell will be playing third base. On the hill tonight for them will be Shane Armstrong. We'll have more about him later on this evening as we head on when the Miners get out there for you to take their first swings tonight. But we'll go ahead and give you the defensive alignment for the Matsu Miners tonight. Out in right field is Brick Paskowitz, and center field Alex Caruso. Vance Vizcaino is out in left field tonight. And across the infield, Jack Zellner at first, Jake Schleppenbach at second, Tyler Wolf at shortstop tonight, Tanner Nishioka over at third base. And your battery tonight, Calvin LeBrun on the hill with J.J. Hancock behind the plate. Go ahead and give you a little information on Calvin LeBrun. It's the first time we've seen him this year. LeBrun is a lefty from Phoenix, Arizona. He attends Gonzaga as a freshman. He's at Gonzaga this past season, 2-5 with a 4.98 earned run average in 47 innings. And he struck out 24 batters in the process. So a pretty solid year for him this year. Gonzaga is just a freshman, and in that repertoire there, throw that into his arsenal. He did beat Arkansas, who had a nice run this year as well in the College World Series. So a big opportunity for him that year, a big moment for him for sure. We're back and ready for baseball now as we begin play. Leading off will be Cameron Baranek. Baranek, the center fielder. This is the third game the Miners have played. The Miners 2-0 on the year, and first pitch coming. In there for a called strike on the outside edge, and we're underway here. 7:04, Alaska time. The first pitch here. Calvin LeBrun comes set, looks in. He wheels and deals. Here's the pitch. Slider right at the outside edge for a called strike as well, and he's quickly ahead. No balls and 2 strikes.
And LeBrun features 3 solid pitches. Going to use that slider, changeup, and fastball. So he has definitely got a good arsenal of pitches here.
He rears back and fires a nasty slider that moved inside and back over the plate for a called strike 3. Sends Baranek packing.
And that was a beautiful pitch. Excuse me, instead of the change, he has a curveball, and that was a dandy one. We can see why with how solid his slider and curveball is, why he was able to beat teams like Arkansas, because he has solid pitches in his arsenal like that. You add in a fastball with an effective curveball and slider, and you're a deadly pitcher.
Now up to the plate will be left fielder Braxton Wilkes. He lines this one back and off the glove of LeBrun. What a stop there. He thought he had it in the glove for a second, knocked it back down, but fires in time to Zellner covering at first base. What a shot. Hit right back at him. But a nice defense there. Maybe it was more protecting himself more than anything else, but nice play there by LeBrun to fire in time for the out. So it's 2 men out quickly.
Yeah, simply there, a big line drive, but got the glove down, was almost caught it, was able to knock it down and throw over for the easy throw. And how about this quickly, 2 up, 2 down for the Miners in this one.
2 outs quickly, as you said. The third batter of the inning will be Will Bass. Bass, left-handed hitter, takes the first pitch on the outside edge for a called strike. Throwing nothing but strikes so far as LeBrun. Will Bass, a .429 hitter on the year already. He has 1 triple and 6 RBIs. So having a great year to start things as Bass. Fastball just low to the knees for a ball. And we'll go 1 ball and 1 strike with 2 men out here in the inning. Outfield and infield straight away, and a beautiful sunny evening here. Sun peeping through the clouds. It's been a little chilly the last couple nights, but it's starting to warm up here. So LeBrun steps off the hill.
Yeah, about 64 degrees at game time, and it was cloudy before the start, but the sun's starting to poke out.
The 1-1 pitch is lined through the box and into center field for a base hit. That'll be the first base hit of the afternoon for this Chinooks team, and Bass is aboard with the base hit here.
And that one was a pretty solid line drive from Bass right up the middle. That was a hanging breaking ball from LeBrun, and one that Fortunately, it wasn't worse because it was a very solidly hit ball back up the middle, but just a single. He has a chance to get out of this inning still without pretty much any harm.
So now it'll be the cleanup hitter, Holt Davis. He's playing first base tonight, and he flares this one out of play down the right field line. Foul ball sponsored by Napa Auto Parts here on Napa Auto Part Night at the field. If your car needs a new taillight or just any sort of nut, bolt, or screw, be sure to visit the Valley's locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts. They're in Big Lake, Palmer, Wasilla, and visit www.napaalaska.com. Throw over to first base, not in time, as Bass dives backstage.
And what we're seeing more and more is LeBrun tried to pick off Bass over there, the really talented pickoff moves that this pitching staff has. LeBrun has a quick one too, and Bass kind of had a close play.
So foul back to the screen here, and it's no balls and 2 strikes now. LeBrun trying to make quick work of the Chinooks roster. He allows a base hit just a moment ago, but struck out the first batter. And got a liner right back off him to throw on to first base for the second batter. Not sure what the stoppage and play was for a moment. Maybe trying to figure out what to do with the baseball down the field. But now, nonetheless, Holt Davis will dig back into the box. Davis, a 300 even batter this year, has 3 RBIs. Here comes LeBron as the runner goes at first. Actually, he fakes going and goes back. Ball taken just slow with the knees, so it'll be a 1-ball, 2-strike count now.
Well, he almost sold me, too, in moving. He had such a quick jump, does Bass, but we know he has a lot of speed, and looking at the previous 2 nights, watching him on the base paths.
Pitch called on the outside corner for a called strike, and 2 strikeouts looking on the inning for the lefty Calvin LeBron. A great start for him. And we'll head to the bottom half of the first inning. No score here as the Miners get their first crack at it. Listen to Matsu Miners Baseball on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Welcome back to Matsu Miners Baseball. We're just moments away from having maybe a pitching change here. Maybe that's the issue. We thought for a second we're about to announce Shane Armstrong onto the hill, but he's walking toward third base. We're not sure exactly what's going on, but if he does pitch, we'll go ahead and give you the statistics on that. We're waiting to see what exactly is going on. But Shane Armstrong is a product of Hillsdale College. He's a righty, a 6'2", 185-pounder. Last summer he was here at a 1-2 record with a 5.64 earned run average. As he does head back out onto the field, maybe had a uniform issue for a second. Not exactly sure what the issue was. We'll step aside for a second as we figure things out. We'll be right back with you. Matsu Miners Baseball on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Welcome back to Herman Brothers Field. I had a little bit of confusion about the pitching situation, but it is going to be Armstrong on the hill tonight. He'll be wearing a different number, though. Normally wearing number 30, but he's wearing number 25. Had to discuss some things. Ben Taylor is still trying to get it cleared with the home plate umpire right now, but he is going to pitch. He'll be heading on down to the third base box.
That's definitely not the mistake you see very often, but
Gotta say, I've never seen that.
But an interesting one nonetheless. At least it's all clarified, and we are for certain it is Shane Armstrong pitching tonight, who is number 25 out of Hillsdale College. So we'll see how he's able to fare against this Matsu Miners order.
It'll be interesting to see how it goes for sure, as the leadoff hitter will be Alex Caruso. Caruso with a big bases clearing double the other night. He takes the first pitch in there for a called strike. Caruso hails from St. John's. That's where he attended school. He's from Liverpool, New York, as he takes a pitch way outside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike to him. And even .500 batting average, as he had that double and the 3 RBIs the other night. He has 2 walks on the year as well. Here's the pitch. Sort of lined back to the box. That's going to fall for a base hit in left center field. So Alex Caruso continues his hot hitting the last couple games with a base hit right here to start things.
Yeah, solidly hit ball that time by Caruso, taking the off-speed pitch from Armstrong and going with it, hitting it right over essentially the glove of Hunter Hanks and into left center field. So solid start. And this is interesting, as we are going to have a pitching change, and they're going to bring on, don't see this very often, folks, but it looks like we're going to have to take a little break while the next pitcher warms up.
We'll step aside. When we come back, we'll have more Matsu Miners Baseball on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Welcome back to Matsu Miners Baseball, as Michael Fairchild does take over on the hill. Must have been a numbers issue, we'd imagine, as he was wearing Michael Fairchild's number with Shane Armstrong, but now they've sorted that out. Now it'll be Fairchild on the hill. That's going to say it's one of the strangest things I've ever seen. But so he officially, his line on the day allows a single but does not retire a batter as he gets the start tonight. So Fairchild will be on the hill tonight. First will be Caruso. As it'll be Tyler Wolf hitting second tonight. He is your shortstop. Here's the pitch. Chop back to the box. And on this, the shortstop fields and throws in time for the out, but the runner Caruso advances to second. Tough play for the shortstop Hanks in the hole there to make that play, but he does. So one man out, a runner on second base, and Caruso. That's how things will start for Vance Vizcaino. Vizcaino, of course, drafted for the third time the other night. Interesting situation. And obviously happy for him as he's one of 11 minors to be drafted, 10 of them former, when he's the only one current right now. He bats from the left side against Fairchild. Fairchild comes set. Now he steps off. Michael Fairchild from Azusa Pacific. We saw him pitch the other night. Last year was here. He posted an 0-4 record with a 6.75 earned run average and 9 starts last year. Fairchild comes set now and looks back in. Weighing the first pitch is Vizcaino. Looking the runner back at second is Fairchild. Now he comes home. It's pitched low to the knees for a ball. It'll be a 1-ball, no strike count. Outfield and infield both straight away. The outfield relatively shallow out there. A sunny evening for baseball here in Palmer, Alaska. No score here in the bottom half of the first inning. Each team with 1 hit. Here's a pitch, a swing and a miss. It evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike now.
And we've seen Vance have a couple big swings in his first 2 games. That single that led off the game on Tuesday night against the Chinooks, and then on Wednesday night, the big double that he had down to the left field corner.
Fairchild winds and delivers this one, chopped down the left field line. It's hit well. It's still carrying, and a diving catch by the left fielder Wilkes. See if the runner will have to retreat. Caruso thought the ball was going to fall, so he had to retreat back to second base. Looked like a lazy fly ball, or a little flare into left field possibly, and the ball just kept carrying with the wind here.
Definitely a beautiful play that time by Braxton Wilkes, as that ball just kind of kept going away from him and falling away from him. Had to dive backwards and to his right to make that catch, but did make a beauty and stopped at least a double for Vizcaino. Maybe could have gotten to third if that ball would have gotten past him.
Fastball down low and away for a ball. Jack Zellner, the batter now. Zellner, 1 RBI in the year as well. That was the other night. It's a RBI ground out he had in that game. The 1-0 pitch to Zellner, here it is. This one in there on the outside edge for a called strike. So leaving the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Bottom half of the first inning, no score here at Herbin Brothers Field. It's the Miners and the Chinooks. Zellner digs back in as Fairchild comes set. He looks from the stretch, looks him back at second. Now he comes home. This one inside for a ball. Nearly clipped Zellner. Backs him off the plate. It'll be a 2-1 count now to him. Infield playing at the edge of the grass. Outfield, infield, the outfield straight away make that. Fairchild comes set and he delivers. This one chopped to the first base, or out of the first base bag, and just foul as Holt Davis picks it up. Flips it over to Sean Winston, the first base coach. So we'll have the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Jack Zellner trying to cash in the RBI at second base. Fairchild trying to keep it right where it's at and let his team take back over on the offense. And he bought top half of the second inning. Here's a pitch, a swing and a miss. A foul tip in the mid, They're going to say it hit the dirt. Just did get the edge of the bat there, it looked like. So we'll go even at 2 balls and 2 strikes again. Zellner, left-handed hitter, awaits the 2-2 pitch. Fairchild comes. This one inside for a ball. We're going full 3 balls and 2 strikes. The payoff pitch will be coming with 2 men out.
This will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat, so Zellner's done a good job hanging in there. Now really trying to deliver that single to put the Miners on top early in the first inning for the second consecutive home game. So they did the same thing on Wednesday night with the Tyler Wolf RBI single.
Here's a pitch, is a changeup that fooled him badly, and that strikes out Zellner and sets him down in order here. We'll head to the top of the second inning. There's no score here from Herman Brothers Field. You listen to Matsu Miners Baseball on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. We're back with Miners Baseball at Herman Brothers Field, as Michael Stottinger will lead things off as a designated hitter. Have to stop it for a second as the PA system continues to play music. We'll have to cut it off for a second. Stottinger, a 286 hitter. He's got one double on the year and also one RBI. He bats from the left side against the lefty LeBrun. LeBrun fires and nearly hits him inside, but this one just barely misses here. It'll be a ball and no strikes here.
Very efficient first inning for Calvin LeBrun. 11 total pitches, 9 of them strikes. He was really on his game. He looks to keep that going here.
This one grounded through the hole between the first and second baseman and into right field for a base hit. Stottinger will head on around first there for the base hit, and the leadoff batter reaches for the Chinooks. It's their second hit of the ball game. That'll bring up the shortstop Hunter Hanks.
It's a pretty solidly hit ground ball there by Stottinger, just going with the pitch that time and put it right in the perfect spot in between Schleppenbach and Zellner. So a solid single.
Throw back over to first base, and the runner's back in time. Hanks ready now, and LeBrun comes set, looks back, the runner at first, now he comes home. So bunted in front of the mound. LeBrun thinks about second, but decides to throw on to first base and gets the out. On to second goes Stottinger, so a successful sacrifice bunt there by Hanks there. So that'll bring up the catcher, Tyler Boxwell. Boxwell, a 250 hitter on the year. Boxwell, another left-handed hitter. A lot of lefties on this lineup against the lefty LeBrun tonight. Runner stands on second base. One man out. Here's the pitch. Change up on the outside edge for a called strike. So, no ball, one strike count, one man out. No score here in the top of the second as the Chinooks are at the plate. LeBrun looks back, the runner is second. Lifts his leg, and here he comes. So line back, right back at LeBrun. He's going to double him off at second base. What a play by LeBrun. What a reaction. Again, another rocket hit right back at him. The first time he dropped it and threw on to first base. This time he catches the ball and fires back to second to double him off. So that ought to be how the inning shapes off for the Chinooks. We'll head on down to the bottom half of the second inning. Still no score here from Herman Brothers Field. You listen to Matsu Miners Baseball on the Matsu Miners Radio Network.
Let me look.
Welcome back to Matsu Miners Baseball. Very odd double play there a second ago by LeBrun there. He got a line drive right back at him, flipped on the shortstop covering and Tyler Wolf. So a 1-6 double play, something you don't see every day. But that's how things ended for the Chinooks. They had a runner on second base after he was a single, and then he was bunted over by Hunter Hanks.
Yeah, LeBrun's had 2 comeback line drives at him. Almost caught the first one in the first inning, but this time caught it, and there was no chance Staudinger was done at second base as he was trying to make a move towards third base.
Tanner Nishioka will lead things off as he fouls the first pitch back to the screen. It'll be a no ball, 1 strike count to him. Nishioka having an outstanding season so far and even .500 batter. Here's the line, the pitch. This one over his head. That'll go back to the screen. So 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, that one really got away from Michael Fairchild that time. Probably just completely slipped out of his hand as it went sailing way over the head of Tanner Nishioka. Definitely not intentional, but one that just got away from him.
Swing and a miss with this pitch. It's out right on the outside edge, so it'll be a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Nishioka's already scored 3 runs this year. Having a good start to the year for him in the first 2 games. Here's the 1-2 pitch. This one lined back, and it'll fall right in front of the right fielder, Brops, as he dives for it. So to score that a base hit, it just falls in. Wasn't sure if Brops was going to come in and make the catch or not. He attempted to do so, but it was so softly hit into right center field that he wasn't able to get to it. Tanner Nishioka increases that .500 batting average now. So he leads things off with a base hit. And here's the number 2 hitter, Jake Schleppenbach. Excuse me, the number 6 hitter, Jake Schleppenbach. Schleppenbach, the left-handed hitter, takes the first pitch at the knees for a called strike. No ball, 1 strike count. Shioka has some speed over there at first base. Stole 22 bases as he draws a throw over to first base, not in time. Nishioka stole 22 bases at Pomona Pitzer College this past season, where he led the team in that category.
You can guarantee they read the scouting report on him and very well know that stat and how dangerous he can be.
Schleppenbach fouls this one back to the screen. No balls and 2 strikes now to him. Schleppenbach attends Nebraska University. He's a freshman there, or a sophomore there, excuse me. He calls Lincoln, Nebraska his home. He waves his bat around and awaits the 0-2 pitch now. Fastball way upstairs for a ball. We'll go 1 ball, 2 strikes now to him.
That was a pitch out looking to see if Nishioka was going to make a move towards second, but no stolen base call that time by the skipper, Ben Taylor.
Fairchild comes set. He looks runner back, and back goes Nishioka. J.J. Hancock stands on deck. He's the catcher. Fairchild comes set, and he's swinging and a miss by Schleppenbach, and he goes down swinging. So that'll bring out the 1-out batter. That's J.J. Hancock now.
That was a good pitch, low and away, fastball. Schleppenbach, I think, was expecting a breaking pitch of some sort, either changeup or curveball. Didn't get either one. And strikes out, but still a good cut at it. Just a good pitch from Fairchild there. Really had Schleppenbach fooled.
He digs in now to his Hancock. Short lead for Nishioka. He's not going. He's swinging a miss at this pitch for a called strike.
That almost looked like it was a designated pitch out as well. There was the catcher, Boxwell, was in a crouched stance, slightly standing more upright that time and was outside the zone, but the pitch came back over the outside corner.
Throw back to first base. Nishioka dives back safely. Yes, they're very worried about Nishioka at first base, I believe, and rightfully so. Is again stealing 22 bases this past season. Has great speed over at first base, and he has a little bit of pop in his bat. Swing and a miss on this changeup, and quickly behind the count is Hancock at no balls and 2 strikes. J.J. Hancock awaits the 0-2 pitch now, trying to get aboard here and continue the inning. Here's a pitch. Down low for a ball. Infield stands at double play depth. Outfield straight away. Actually, the center fielder, Baranek, playing slightly toward left field. A little bit of activity already brewing in the Chinook bullpen. Here's a pitch. This one grounded by the third base bag, and that'll go foul. The right-hander brewing up in the Chinook bullpen. We'll let you know who that is when we know.
Can't tell if he's maybe just trying to get some long tosses or if the Chinooks are trying to use a lot of their bullpen tonight once again.
Gotta wonder if maybe it's so it's popped down out of play, but maybe if it's Shane Armstrong, since he could not start tonight, maybe he's trying to get some work in the bullpen to keep him fresh.
And that was the first time on that pitch that I believe the hit and run was called by manager Ben Taylor, as Nishioka got a great jump and was taking off. Hancock fouled it away, but could be going again.
We'll have to see here. A 1-ball, 2-strike count. Nishioka draws a throwback, and he's back safely at first base.
Well, with only 1 out in the inning, the worst case scenario is that Nishioka is doing a great job of drawing Fairchild's attention away from the batter.
So line back to the second shortstop. Hanks, this could be trouble. On to second one, and on to first. They said Hancock beat it out. Hancock just beats it by a half step, but very close to being a 6-4-3 double play. So that'll bring up the 2-out batter. And that's Caleb Wood, who is our pregame host today. Very good interview with Caleb Wood. Has good ambitions in going forward in his career, wanting to start a business someday, hopefully, as he says. First pitch down low and away for a ball. Over at first base, that's J.J. Hancock. He grounded into fielder's choice to the shortstop, and Hunter Hanks. No score here in Palmer. It's the bottom half of the second inning. This one's chopped through the hole, and Caleb Wood's going to have a base hit into right field. He rounds first, going to pull on the brakes right there. So a 2-out base hit for Caleb Wood. Caleb Wood, it's his first hit of the season as well, so a good start for him in the afternoon.
And already 3 hits for the Miners, as they now have reached base 3 times. More importantly, runner in scoring position.
2-out batter now is Brick Paskowitz. Paskowitz got the save just a couple nights ago. Change up at the knees for a called strike. Infield and outfield straight away, and Cameron Baranek in center playing relatively shallow. Fairchild comes set, looks in, he delivers. This one chopped back and out of play again. That again, sponsored by Napa Auto Parts. If your car needs a new taillight or just any sort of nut, bolt, or screw, be sure to visit the Valley's locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts. They're in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla. Visit www.napaalaska.com. The 0-2 pitch coming to Paskowitz now. 2 runners on, 2 men out. No score here in the bottom half of the second inning. Here's a pitch. So chop back to the box. And a flip on to second base from Bass is in time. Covering there was Hunter Hanks, and that's how things will end for the Miners. Couple of hits and none left on. As we head on, or 2 left on, excuse me, as we head to the top half of the third inning. No score here from Herman Brothers Field on your Matsu Miners Radio Network. We're back with Miners baseball as we start things back here. First pitch on the outside is for a called strike. Batter right now is Jacob Brobst, right fielder for the squad. Brobst, a 200 hitter on the year. This one trot back to the box and fielded easily by Wolf and firing in time as he crosses second base. That's how things will start for the Miners. Or for the Chinooks, excuse me, one man out. So now they'll bring up Patrick Cromwell, the third baseman. Cromwell, a 286 hitter on the year. That's 2 RBIs already. He bats from the left side against the lefty LeBron. Again, this Chinooks team's exploded for 13 runs last night. Here's the first pitch. A slider, nasty slider, moves across the plate and hits the outside edge for a called strike. So no ball, 1 strike count. Patrick Cromwell, the left-handed hitter, awaits the pitch. Another slider just misses. And LeBron thought he had that one over. It'll be a 1 ball, 1 strike count now. The wind and the 1-1 pitch. He lifts the leg and fires. Fastball just low in the knees. 2 balls and 1 strike. Outfield, infield straight away. Here's a pitch. Fastball on the inside edge for a called strike now. It'll be even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. No score here at Herman Brothers Field. So Miners and the Chinooks. This is game number 3 on the year for the Miners. The Miners standing at 2-0 and the Chinooks at 1-2 now. It's one line right at Paskowitz. He runs it a couple steps actually and makes that catch toward the line. So quickly, 2 men out for LeBron. A good start to the inning for him. Now the 2-out batter is going to be the leadoff hitter Cameron Baranek. He struck out back in the first inning. LeBron winds and delivers. He lifts his leg and fires. This one outside for a ball. So 1-0 count now with 2 men out. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Chinooks. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Miners. LeBron wheels and deals. He fires. This one slap foul toward the Chinook dugout. Beautiful night for baseball here in Palmer. Tomorrow, the 85th anniversary celebration here, the parade of the Colony Days Parade. It happens every year. This is the 85th year of doing that, of the anniversary of this town, excuse me.
Yeah,
Fastball taken low of the knees for a ball.
That's definitely a big deal around Palmer. Lots of events that were going on today. The Friday Fling, the normal in-town market was really expanded. A lot of events going on today, tomorrow, and even some on Sunday.
So chopped right at the second baseman Schleppenbach. He fields, throws in time for the out, and that's how things will end for the Chinooks here. No hits, none left as we head to the bottom half of the third inning. No score here from Herman Brothers Field. Listen to Matsu Miners Baseball on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Started at the bottom half of the third inning, a quick moving game so far. Alex Caruso lead things off again for the Miners. He singled to start the game for him and would reach second base before the inning would end.
Cromwell kind of playing in just a little bit of third base, trying to protect against the bunt here.
Pitch taken outside and low for a ball.
Solid single to start off the game for Caruso. One of the 3 Miners hits so far. He was left on base back in that first inning.
Pitch at the knees for a called strike now on the fastball. It evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Outfield playing relatively shallow again, but infield straight away. Fastball outside for a ball. So add the count now 2 balls and 1 strike. Activity is stopped in the bullpen for the Chinooks, so we assume just getting some work in out there. This one check swing foul down left field line toward the Chugiak-Eagle dugout there. Evens the count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. Taking it back in is Caruso, the left-hander, against the right-hander Fairchild. Here's the pitch. This one slap foul again and out of play.
Very early in the season, but gotta love the average so far for Alex Caruso, hitting .500 so far, so he has done a great job of getting on base. Had Tuesday night off, but was an efficient Wednesday.
With the base hit today, he's hitting .667 now. Swing and a miss at that one. He set down swinging, but now he's back to .500 after that one. But still a good start to the year for Caruso. Had the bases clearing double the other night. That was a big hit in that ball game to help the Miners win. Was the difference in the game, really. Now the batter will be Tyler Wolf. He's the shortstop. Right-handed hitting Wolf against the righty Fairchild. Here it comes. Pitch low for a ball. Fairchild, the tall righty, comes set. He winds and delivers. Pitch taken inside at the inside edge for a called strike. Tyler Wolf, a junior from Maple Plain, Minnesota. He attends Kansas State University. Here's the 1-1 pitch with one man out. So slap foul and out of play.
Fairchild having a discussion with his catcher Boxwell, maybe to check a sign there. But so far it seems like early on that when you look at the two pitchers, Calvin LeBrun has been able to get ahead in counts and get these Chugiak hitters to hit or attempt to swing at his pitches early in the counts. But for Fairchild, it's been an opposite reaction. He's really had to earn his outs.
And this one hits him on the left shoulder, and on to first goes Wolf. That one clearly got away from Fairchild there. Had a lot of movement on it, just didn't move far enough. So a one-out base runner for the Miners. On first goes Tyler Wolf. That brings up the left fielder Vance Vizcaino.
If it wasn't for that impressive catch by Braxton Wilkes out in left field and back in the first inning, this Miners may have been on the scoreboard in the first inning as Vance Vizcaino hit that nice line drive that was caught by Wilkes on a dive out in left field.
Throw back to first base, not in time, as Wolf dives back safely. He's got a short lead over at first base. Fairchild comes set, the righty does. Looks in for the sign. Now he delivers. Fastball inside for a ball. One-zero count here. The lefty Vizcaino. Here's a pitch. Line foul, but very close to being fair. Would have gone all the way to the wall. The ball lands in the Miner bullpen.
Sean Winston had to kind of step out of the way of that one. That was an absolute rocket down the line. Would have been really hard for Holt Davis to stop that one.
Catcher Boxwell has a few words to say to Fairchild. Fairchild takes a moment to breathe for a second. He's got a 1-1 count now to Vizcaino. Infield a double play, depth here. Outfield straight away and fairly deep. Fairchild comes set. Here's a pitch to Vizcaino. And they're at the knees for a called strike. So, be a one ball, two strike count to him.
Might have been a pitch that fooled him there. Change up low and at the knees. Solid pitch there for Fairchild. Vizcaino could only look at that one. Great placement on that.
Fairchild comes set and he delivers the 1-2 pitch. This one flared into left center field. Will it fall? It will not, as Wilkes able to hold up long enough for him to make the catch out in left field. So back to first goes Tyler Wolf, and there will be two outs now for Jack Zellner.
Momentarily looked like off the bat that it was one of those balls that was going to flare and drop in, but routinely moving over to his left was Wilkes to make that catch. Didn't have to exert as much effort at that time, stopping a ball from falling in off the bat of Vizcaino.
Pitch to Zellner is outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 men out. On first, Tyler Wolf. No score here in the bottom of the third inning. Wolf with a short lead at first as Fairchild comes set from the stretch. He delivers. This one chopped right back at Holt Davis. He thought about going to second but forgot there were 2 outs. So he just takes it to the bag as he remembers, and that's how the inning will end. Head to the top of the 4th inning now. Kevin Peel will have the play-by-play action for you. Listen to Matsu Miners Baseball, and no score here from Herman Brothers Field, right here in your Matsu Miners Radio Network.
Welcome back to Herman Brothers Field here in Palmer, Alaska. I'm Kevin Peel alongside my partner Kyle Howard, bringing you coverage of Matsu Miners baseball each and every game right here on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. I'll make a quick shout out to pitching coach Matt Greeley, who is celebrating his 29th birthday today. A special happy birthday to him. It was announced over the loudspeaker before the game that it was his birthday. Check swing, and that is a strike. As the batter went that time, Braxton Wilkes.
Happy birthday to Matt.
Had a comebacker to the mound back in the first inning. So LeBrun was easily able to throw over to first base to retire Wilkes, so he's 0 for 1. 1-1 as LeBrun misses that time. And he'll step off for a second. This is Napa Auto Parts Day at the Park. It was June Ruda who threw out the first pitch today. And it was a good first pitch as LeBrun hits the outside corner for a strike to Wilkes. 1-2.
Could not pick a better night for baseball. The sun's still out here, 7:54, and just feels like it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
It is a warm 64 today, to say the least, as that sun has really been warm. And only to get warmer here in Palmer as that's a ball, 2-2. Temperatures up over the 70s tomorrow, mid-70s, and then into the 80s by next week. In fact, I'm talking to GMP Christopher today. One of the projected highs is strike 3. See you later, Braxton Wilkes, as that curveball fooled him. Outside corner and away, and Wilkes is the first out of the inning for the Chinooks.
LeBron has his stuff working tonight.
As the batter will be Will Bass, who had a single back in the first inning. And going back to my story about talking with GM Pete Christopher before the game, he said one of the projected highs is about 85, 86 degrees, and he doesn't remember many days like that here in Palmer in his lifetime. Swing and a miss for Bass, 0-1. So I guess it's going to be downright hot for the Palmer folks.
The heat advisory for 85 degrees, so if you're not around here, it's very uncommon for that to happen.
Bass tries to do a running bunt, and that one's fouled away, so he's quickly behind in the count 0-2, something that LeBrun has done very well tonight. One out, 0-2 pitch. Got him on the outside corner. What a pitch. That time by LeBrun as he freezes Will Bass. 2 straight looking strikeouts.
4 of them already here in the 4th inning.
Stuck in the freezer. That's how frozen they were, these past 2 batters for the Chinooks. And now we'll bring up Holt Davis. Lefty-righty matchup. Just missed. Looked like a good fastball that just hit the outside corner, but the home plate umpire thought otherwise. 1-0 the count. Swing and a miss. Hard cut from Davis, but no result. 1-1. LeBrun's ready. And here comes the 1-1. That one missed just low as well. 2-1. The breeze today, when it has been going, it's been a pretty calm day, but when it has been going, it's been blowing in gently from straightaway center field. As that one's fouled away by Davis. 2-2. LeBrun a pitch away from getting out of this one.
How about 26 strikes and 12 balls to start the game for LeBrun?
38 pitches, and he's 1 pitch away from getting out of the 4th. Downright impressive. 2-2 pitch. Away. Might have slipped off his hand a little bit. Full count, as this will be the 40th pitch for LeBrun. Holt Davis struck out looking back in the 1st. He's another one of LeBron's strikeout victims so far today. But he's ready, and this one is hit towards left center, and it's going to fall in for a base hit in front of Viz Cayeno. He was coming on hard, but Holt Davis works it to a full count and gets the 2-out single. Third hit of the game for the Chinooks. And now bring up Michael Staudinger. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Chinooks. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Miners. Same line score so far.
And Field moves straight away now as well, trying to play the out.
Breaking ball for a strike on the outer half of the plate. 0-1. Holt Davis going to have to watch for that quick move from LeBron. He almost looked like he was going to make a move before the previous pitch. Did not. Is taking a couple looks over there now, and he's ready. That one's just below the letters for a strike. Don't know if Staudinger was expecting that one, but it's 0-2. So he's quickly way ahead. Beautiful night for baseball equals a great attendance, and it is. We'll have that number for you coming up later. 0-2 pitch swing and a miss. Striking out the side is Calvin LeBrun, as he does give up the base hit to Holt Davis, but he is stranded. We head to the bottom of the 4th of a scoreless game here at Herman Brothers Field. You are listening to Mat-Su Miners Baseball on the Mat-Su Miners Radio Network. Welcome back to Herman Brothers Field. Want to learn more about your Mat-Su Miners? Visit their website at www.matsuminers.org. It provides you with schedules, stats, rosters, upcoming events, and more. matsuminers.org, the official website of the Mat-Su Miners. Fairchild going to come back out to the hill here to begin this bottom of the 4th inning. Couple hits for each team. But so far, Kyle, just a bunch of stranded base runners as we still have a scoreless tie.
That's what it's been so far. It's not too many big threats. If there were, there's a runner on second base, and there's an amazing play, again, made by LeBron to double off the runner at second base. But that's the biggest threat we've seen for either team to this point.
Coming up, it will be Nishioka, Schleppenbach, and Hancock, 5, 6, 7, and that one's grounded down the line fair. Nishioka takes the first pitch and drills it towards the corner. He will easily get into second base, and the Miners have an extra base hit to lead off this bottom of the 4th inning on a solidly hit ground ball by the third baseman, Tanner Nishioka. Good piece of hitting for him. He came into this game averaging 500 as well, but he's going to add to that.
Great start to the night for him. Been on base twice now, a single and a double.
He is really hitting the ball. In fact, he was one of those guys who was pummeling the ball.
Even in batting practice, a guy that's not known for his power. He does have some power, but he's hitting them out in batting practice pretty frequently today.
He hit 2 in a row, actually, in just a 5-swing stretch. Swing and a miss. Beautiful changeup by Fairchild as Schleppenbach was ready for the fastball, but he got the changeup. 0-1. Schleppenbach on the day, struck out swinging back in the 2nd. Miners in their camo jerseys tonight with the yellow numbers and letters. White pants. And way inside, but Schleppenbach swung and just got a piece of it. 0-2. Even if it would have hit him, it would have made him be a foul ball, made him stay up at the plate because he did swing. Chinooks tonight in their blue jerseys with navy blue trim, red lettering and numbers, blue and red caps. Nishioka, a modest lead at second base, but definitely a threat to score on any hit to the outfield. A lot of room down in that right field corner, too. This one's hit well right at the right fielder, though, and that will be retired as Schleppenbach, unfortunately, hit that ball on a line, but right at Brobst. 1 out.
A couple of rockets hit this inning already. The double down the line by Nishioka, and then again, this line drive rocket hit by Schleppenbach. Miners are getting to it, just not hitting it right at them so far.
J.J. Hancock 0 for 1 with a fielder's choice back in the second. Now 4 hits for the Miners after that Nishioka double. Schleppenbach retired, though, leaving it up to Hancock. Swing and a miss. These Miners hitters look ready to swing right now. Fairchild must be giving them pitches that a lot of these hitters want to hit. And they have already gotten 4 hits on them here in this bottom of the 4th inning. Outside for a ball. 1-1.
Fairchild also has been a strike machine, though. He's thrown 37 strikes and 15 balls at this point, so up to 52 pitches now here as we're into the 4th inning.
1-1, 1 out. Runner on second base, still no score. Bottom of the 4th. Swing and a miss. Good pitch from Fairchild. Solid cut by Hancock. But just missed that one. 1-2. Still alive. Hanks is the one shading towards second base, somewhat guarding Nishioka, who still has a modest lead over there. Low, missing that time. 2-2. That pitch didn't miss by much, but a great take by Hancock. Chinooks, after their win last night, coming in at 1-2. Miners had the day off yesterday, coming in at 2-0. First league game for these teams as Hancock lines that one hard, foul, and out of play. It's another Napa Auto Parts foul ball. If a foul ball or home run does damage to your car, visit the folks at the Valley's locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts. They're in Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla. Visit www.napaalaska.com. Even count at 2 for Hancock. Fairchild taking a long look in, and time is going to be called by the umpires. Fairchild, that time, did not like what his catcher was trying to offer him for pitch selection. He's ready now. And Nishioka's taking off. That one's lined hard, but just foul as it hooked. That would have been a solid double for Hancock, just a little bit out in front of it. Still alive in the at-bat, though. Nishioka was taken off that time.
Again, Nishioka with great speed standing on second base.
Suggesting that that was a hit-and-run attempt. So we'll reset. 2-2 again to Hancock. That's on the way. This one line foul down towards the Chinooks bullpen.
It's just been rocket after rocket, but it's either been right at him or it's been slap foul. Miners just a tad behind this, especially Hancock here in this bat. It's been slapping him foul and down the left field line a lot.
Which is a bit concerning if you are the Chinooks. That these Miners hitters are rocking him pretty good. Fortunately for them, not all these balls have been fair, though. That one is fouled away. That was a better pitch by Fairchild. Hancock was able to waste it away.
4 consecutive fouls now.
Still 2-2 as this will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat. LeBrun, in any single at-bat that he has had in this game, has not come anywhere near having to have 9 pitches against a batter. He's been great with his pitch count in this contest. The 2-2 again. Swing and a miss. Got him with the high fastball. They're going to say he tipped it into the glove. 2 outs. Big put out for Fairchild after a battle with Hancock, but Fairchild ultimately wins it. And so with 2 outs, going to be up to Caleb Wood, the DH, who singled back in the 2nd inning.
A lot of people argue that there's not a good strikeout, but if there is a good strikeout, it was that at bat right there. Work the pitchers, made him throw so many pitches that you start working toward the bullpen at that point.
These Miners team have to face this same Chinooks team tomorrow, so you want to work that bullpen if you can. I think you have less arms available as a curveball comes in for a strike from Fairchild, 0-1. Caleb Wood had his first RBI of the season with a sacrifice fly on Tuesday night in the opener for both those teams in Chugiak. 0-1 swing and a miss. He had a good cut at it, though. Another high fastball from Fairchild, 0-2. That might be quickly becoming the go-to pitch in his arsenal in this game. Just got Hancock to strike out on that pitch in the last at-bat and got Wood to swing through that one that time. Fairchild did not like the first pitch Boxwell offered him, but he'll take the second one as he nods. 0-2, missed low. Or no, he didn't. Got him right at the knees, and Caleb Wood is frozen by that pitch. So leadoff double for Nishioka is stranded. Miners get a hit, but leave him on. We head to the 5th. Still no score here at Herman Brothers Field on the Miners Radio Network. As we come back to Herman Brothers Field, another sponsor of our broadcast is the Alaska Club. The Miners spend their mornings lifting, running, and staying in shape by visiting the Alaska Club. Visit them in Anchorage, Eagle River, Fairbanks, Juneau, and the Mat-Su Valley. Visit www.thealaskaclub.com. Coming up in the 5th, it'll be Hunter Hanks, Tyler Boxwell, and Jacob Brobst. Calvin LeBrun coming off an inning in which he did give up a single, but struck out the side. 2 of them were looking. Also stay tuned. The MLB and ABL scoreboard will be coming up in the next inning or so. That's brought to you by Palmer Bar.
LeBron's still at only 43 pitches here in the 5th.
And missing away is LeBron with his first pitch to Hanks, 1-0. Sacrifice bunt back in the 2nd inning for Hanks, and it was a successful one. But no run did come of it. Missing away is LeBron, 2-0. Looked like a 2-seamer that tailed away. He's ready, and here's the pitch. This one popped up into foul ground, giving chase is Zellner and Paskowitz, but it is going to go out of play harmlessly. 2-1, the count on Hanks. As we mentioned in the pregame, the Chinooks put up 13 runs last night. Beat the Legion All-Stars from that area 13-0. An impressive win for them. This one's grounded to short. Should be an easy play for Wolf. Throws on to first, and that is the first out of the inning as Hanks is retired easily 6-3, Wolf to Zellner.
Ty Wolf making every play seem routine so far. Has been an outstanding defender these first few games. That play still in the hole, not an easy play to make, but he makes it look routine.
Now the batter will be Tyler Boxwell, the catcher. Retired one unassisted, but actually it was part of that 1-6 double play that ended the second inning. Staudinger was caught off base. Boxwell takes a strike, 0-1. LeBrun's ready. Here it comes, and that one's hit well towards right, but right at Brick Paskowitz, and he will make the catch. Really without moving at all. 2 gone.
Tell you what, Calvin LeBron's not wasting any time. Either gets back up on the hill and fires another pitch, and he's really making him work today for the Chinooks hitters, not making it easy on him.
That'll be Jacob Brobst, 6'3", 200-pounder out of The Ohio State University. Takes the ball inside, 1-0. Grounded out back in the third inning to start that inning. Part of a 1-2-3 third inning for LeBrun. Strike, outside corner, 1-1. LeBrun's been good. Has had just one 1-2-3 inning, but has only really surrendered one base runner in each inning as well. 1-1 pitch outside, 2-1. Brobst is a junior at Ohio State. Plays baseball in his hometown, Columbus, Ohio. Has struggled at the plate, though, and definitely trying to work on his swing up here in Chugiak. That misses low, 2-1. But he is a guy who's at a Big Ten university, a talented program. And coming up here will only help him and many of the players on both of these teams as he takes a call at strike 3 and 2. And that's one of really the biggest takeaways from this Alaska Baseball League, even though you always want to win, but just learning how to play your game better is one of these coaches' goals as he is rung up on a fastball in the inside corner. Calvin LeBrun is absolute money right now. Is another K for him, and that will retire the 5th as we head on to the bottom of the 5th. Still no score here at Herman Brothers Field. You are listening to Matsu Miners Baseball. Looking for ways to get closer to the Valley's team? Now you can. Like the Matsu Miners page on Facebook. You can also follow them on Twitter at ABL Miners. The A, B, and L, M at the start of that, all capitalized. Get more connected with your Miners today. Still scoreless. Only 7 hits between the two teams here at Herman Brothers Field. As we've said all night, big point we've hit on. Just a gorgeous night for baseball.
Couldn't ask for a better night for baseball. Not too hot, not too cold, and sunny skies, no rain.
With a lot of sun in the upcoming week as well. Fairchild back out there. He'll face 9-1-2 as Brick Paskowitz comes up swinging and grounds it right to second. Easy play, throw to first, and that is he is retired. Will Bass to Holt Davis easily. And quickly in one pitch, 1 up, 1 down. We haven't seen that very often tonight. But Fairchild getting a really quick out that time. So one down here in this 5th inning. And it will be Caruso, the batter. First pitch from Fairchild's a breaking ball at the knees and on the inside corner. 0-1. Caruso today, 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout swinging. The strikeout was back in the 3rd. Had a single to lead off the game. Another fastball, inside corner, another strike. That was the only batter that Shane Armstrong faced. He was the official starter for this game. Michael Fairchild came in to face Tyler Wolf back in the 1st inning. And late time called as Fairchild started to make his move towards the plate. Now he's ready. 0-2 pitch, low. Ball 1. Alex Caruso, even though he struck out in his last at-bat, did make that at-bat last a while. 6-pitch at-bat before striking out. That one high and away. And he's even up the count here at 2.
Activity in the Chinook bullpen. Also, Travis Stone cranking it up.
Might be looking to make a move. Ball 3 low. Not by much, though. Just below the knees. Good take by Caruso. That'll fill up the count. 3-2. After he took 2 called strikes, Caruso has gotten himself back into this at-bat nicely. And here it comes. This one grounded right back up the middle, and that is going to be grabbed by the second baseman, but no play. Nice effort there by Will Bass. We always document his speed, but just great placement. Got underneath the glove of the pitcher, Shane Armstrong, or excuse me, Michael Fairchild. And so another single for Caruso. Give him an infield single.
Good at bat there for him as well. At an 0-2 count, worked the count full, and got to base it up the middle.
5th of the game for the Miners. And once again, they have the leadoff guy on as they had back in the 1st, 2nd, and 4th innings. Leadoff man reached each time. Now Tyler Wolf. Fairchild steps off momentarily to take a look at Caruso, and now he'll dig back in. Fairchild taking a long look. Now the first pitch. Fastball for a strike at the belt. 0-1. Wolf retired on a fielder's choice back in the 1st and was hit by a pitch in the 3rd. And taking a look towards first and throwing over is Fairchild, but easily back in is Caruso. Tyler Wolf got his first official RBI on Wednesday night. Another throw over to check Caruso, back in easily again, sliding both times.
Michael Fairchild now up to 70 pitches.
A lot more than his counterpart, Calvin LeBrun. That was an RBI single back in the 1st on Wednesday night for Wolf. One slapped foul and out of play down the right field line. And looking towards the stands, in some places almost looks like standing room only tonight. Maybe coming over from the Colony Day events to come watch some Miners baseball. And they're seeing a great pitcher's duel so far. In the dirt, first ball of the at-bat thrown by Fairchild. That was a waste pitch for him, 1-2. Caruso getting just a little bit larger of a lead over there at first. 1-2. Breaking ball It's a hanging one. It's lined towards the left center field gap. Wilkes, has to sprint back there, but he will make the catch. So 2 gone in the inning, but hanging breaking ball. Wolf got a pretty good piece of it. Maybe not as good of a contact as he wanted. That will retire him. So 2 outs. Caruso still on first. And now the batter will be Vance Vizcaino. 2 flyouts to left field in this game for Vizcaino. He's 0 for 2. And throwing over to check Caruso, back in easily standing this time. Hit and run could be in order here. It's been called in isolated situations, and they are throwing a pitch out. Checking the runner is Boxwell as he actually throws down to first. But in there sliding is Caruso, 1-0. Caruso looked like he was maybe a little fooled by Boxwell's throw, though. Didn't see it coming, but still back in safely. So it was a pretty good throw from Boxwell down the line. And here he goes. He is stealing as Caruso. The throw is high. Hunter Hanks has to go just into the grass in center field to make sure that didn't get past him as the ball sailed second base entirely. Will Bass didn't have a chance at getting that throw. But a smart decision there for the Miners. A stolen base for Caruso. And now Vance Vizcaino has a runner in scoring position with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Both middle infielders shading towards second base now. As the righty Fairchild going to deal to the lefty Vizcaino. 2-0 pitch. Low. Ball 3. Way behind in the count. On deck is Jack Zellner. Being way behind, we'll see if maybe Fairchild just gives the dangerous hitter Vizcaino his base and try and deal with Zellner. But in that case, it's kind of pick your poison. They're both talented hitters. Base hit into right field as Vance Vizcaino gets a single, sending him home as Caruso. Vizcaino's hustling all the way to second with a slided double, as it looked like really only a routine single. But the right fielder, Brobs, was shading a little bit more towards right center field. Vizcaino was going to second all the way, and he gets in sliding easily with a double, RBI double for Vance Vizcaino, and he gets the RBI this time as the Miners take their first lead 1-0 on their 6th hit of the game.
Nice piece of 2-out hitting there by Vizcaino, again coming up clutch for this team.
And the 2-out hitting for the Miners, as it was clutch the other night, Wednesday night, in their comeback victory, coming from 5-1 down to win that game 8-5. 2-out hitting was a big part of that win, and they get their first run of tonight in the same fashion with a 2-out single. Now Jack Zellner takes the ball low, 1-0. Still runner in scoring position. Vizcaino, decent speed. Zellner right back up the middle and into center field. Base hit. Here comes Vizcaino. The throw home is not in time. Vance Vizcaino is safe at home. At least an RBI single for Zellner as he gets all the way to second base. He'll get his second RBI of the season, and the Miners up 2-0 here in this bottom of the 5th inning. Hit number 7 for the Miners. Another 2-out hit, another 2-out RBI. These Matsu Miners know how to hit the ball with 2 outs. Now that's going to bring up the very hot swinging Tanner Nishioka, and they know it as they're going to go to the mound, and I believe this is going to signal a pitching change. It was a good start for Fairchild, but after a single for Caruso in this inning, a double for Vizcaino, and a single by Zellner, 2 runs come across. Only 1 has been retired in this inning. That was Tyler Wolf, and they will make the change as Michael Fairchild's night is done for the Chinooks. We will take a short break. Miners on top, 2-0 over the Chugiak-Eagle River Chinooks. You are listening to Matsu Miners Baseball. Grant Page going to be the new pitcher out of Stephen F. Austin University, the 5'9", 170-pounder, originally from Sugar Land, Texas. He pitched to a 1-1 overall record with a 7.40 ERA and over 24 innings of work for the Lumberjacks. And so he will come on in a big spot here, trying to slam the door on this bottom of the fifth inning, which has plated 2 runs for the Miners. RBI double for Vance Vizcaino and an RBI single for Jack Zellner, in which he was able to advance to second. And so the batter now, Tanner Nishioka, who has been hitting the cover off of the ball. And he's swinging first pitch, following it straight back.
Nishioka again, yeah, 1 for 2 on the, or 2 for 2, excuse me, a single and a double. Certainly like to play another run right here.
Page also pitched on Wednesday night for the Chinooks against the Miners. The skipper, Ben Taylor, going to talk to Nishioka for just a second. Now he'll come back down the third base line and back to the plate. Saying 0-2 on the scoreboard. That is not correct, though. 0-1 is the count. Grant Page ready. Modest lead. And that one's hit back up the middle as well. That's going to fall in for a base hit. They're going to round and throw. Zellner coming in, and he is going to be out. Jack Zellner gave it a try. Got to give the Miners credit there for giving it a try. If the throw was awry, they would have had a chance to score, but it was a very solid throw from Baranek, the center fielder, and that will do it. So the Miners do get 2 on 2 two-out hits. Vance Vizcaino, the double, and Jack Zellner, the single. Both plate Miner runs, and they now lead 2-0 as you are listening to the Matsu Miners Baseball Radio Network. As we come back for the 6th inning, it is now time for the ABL and MLB scoreboard, brought to you by Palmer Bar. Now with outdoor seating, you can enjoy a refreshing drink and good friends outdoors in the Alaska sunshine. Located in downtown Palmer, the Palmer Bar is a great place to grab a bite to eat and take in the sights. Call 907-745-3041 today. 2 other games going on in the ABL right now. So we'll take a look at those in a second. After the first pitch from LeBron, it's a beautiful curveball to Cromwell, in for a strike, 0-1. Peninsula Oilers up 4-1 over the Alaska Gold Panners in the bottom of the 6th, and the Anchorage Bucks and the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. The Pilots the home team for that one, and the Bucks lead 1-0 in the 6th inning there. 1-1 the count now as LeBron misses outside. Get some earlier finals for you, too, as Cromwell fouls that away, 1-2. Tigers over the Indians, 4-0. The Reds in 10 over the Cubs, 5-4. Orioles, 11-3 over the Yankees at home. Blue Jays, an absolute slugfest, 13-10 over the Red Sox in Boston. Mets over the Braves, 5-3. This one's popped into center field. Backing up just slightly, and now to his right to make the catch is Caruso, and that is 1 up, 1 down for the Chinooks. Miami Marlins win at home today over the Rockies, 5-1. Rays over the White Sox, 7-5 in Tampa. Rangers over the Twins, 6-2. Brewers at home over the Nats, 8-4. Astros shut out the Mariners in Houston. My goodness, 10-0. Ball low from LeBron, 1-0. And the Cardinals, 4-0 over the Kansas City Royals at home. Thrilling game in Pittsburgh between in-state rivals, the Phillies and Pirates. That one misses low. Again from LeBron, 2-0. Top of the 12th in a scoreless game with 1 out in that inning. Other games in progress. A's over the Angels in the bottom of the 8th, 4-3. Dodgers over the Padres, 2-1 in San Diego. Taking a strike is Baranek, 2-1. And the Diamondbacks in the bottom of the 8th with 2 outs in that one. 1-0 over the Giants. That's your MLB and ABL scoreboard brought to you by Palmer Bar. 2-1 from LeBron, swing and a miss. Pulled the string on him there. 2-2. Baranek, strikeout, ground out victim. 0 for 2 today so far.
Talk about being pitch effective. Just 63 pitches this far. 6 strikeouts so far for LeBron.
And into the 6th. And this one is grounded to short. Easy play for Wolf. And he'll fire over and get him by a step or a step and a half. 2 gone in the inning. And so now Braxton Wilkes, also a strikeout and a ground-out victim.
Just now seeing some rustling in both bullpens. I can't tell if Trent Thompson's just walking around out there, if he's about to warm up.
He may be. Swing and a miss. Braxton Wilkes had a big cut at that fastball. 0-1. Umpire trying to signal that there's 2 outs in the inning towards the scorekeeper. 0-1 pitch. And it's a bunt down the first base line. It's a great one, and there's going to be no play as the Miners didn't know who was going to go for that ball. Zellner was charging in. LeBron was charging over from the pitcher's mound, but no one corralled it. And so I think that is going to be an infield hit there. Give him a single. 4th hit of the game for the Chinooks. Yeah.
I guess when things are going rough for you got to try something new, and that seemed to work.
And so now Will Bass will be the batter. This one's chopped. This is almost like a swinging bunt again. LeBron, quick throw, got him by a step. That one was close as well, but LeBron retires him. And through 6 innings of work, Calvin LeBron has not even reached 70 pitches yet. Impressive. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Miners 2, Chinooks 0. This is Matsu Miners Baseball. On to the bottom of the 6th, 2-0 Miners. I'm Kevin Peel alongside my partner Kyle Howard, bringing you Matsu Miners Baseball right here on the Miners Radio Network. Just impressive stats, Kyle, when you look at the box score of Calvin LeBron, what he has been able to do in 6 innings of work.
He's been nothing short of outstanding. We're here just now starting the bottom half of the 6th inning. He's pitched 6 full innings in line for the win to this point. 6 strikeouts, no walks. Has thrown 46 strikes and just 21 balls. He has been nothing short of dominant tonight. And the way it's looked, they had a bunt to get a base hit, so he's been nearly unhittable tonight.
Schleppenbach, Hancock, and Wood due up as Schleppenbach takes a ball, 1-0. Strikeout swinging and a flyout. 0 for 2 is Schleppenbach today. Still facing Grant Page. That one's hit well to center. Baranek is on his horse, moving to his left and slightly back, and he will make the catch. Schleppenbach can't fault him for hitting the ball hard there. That was a rocket off the bat. Good coverage there from Baranek to get all the way back there and make the catch. And so instead of a double or a triple, it is a harmless flyout for the Miners. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. And now bring up Hancock. Takes the ball low, 1-0. Fielder's choice in a strikeout, 0 for 2 is JJ. Out of Kennewick, Washington, attends Washington State, takes a strike, 1-1. Son of Terry and Teresa Hancock. 1-1 pitch. This one is popped high into left field. Coming in slightly is Wilkes, and he will make the catch. As the Chinooks maybe lost it for a moment, but Wilkes able to track it quickly and get over there to make the catch. 2 gone here in the bottom of the 6th. And so the batter will be Caleb Wood. Wood with a single and a strikeout, 1 for 2. This one's popped up on the infield. Chinooks will take that one as Cromwell corrals it, and that is that. Miners go 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the 6th. We head to the 7th here at Herman Brothers Field. Matsu Miners 2, Chugiak-Eagle River Chinooks nothing. This is your home for Miners baseball. Summer is the perfect opportunity to work on your golf game. The Palmer Golf Course is located right in the heart of Palmer, just about 2 miles from the Herman Brothers Field. Call 907-745-4653 today for more information. LeBron back to the hill with just 67 pitches going into the 7th inning of a low-scoring contest. 2-0 Miners lead, looking to get their first conference win of the season. 2-0 in non-conference play, but looking to get their first one here. Chinooks coming in at 1-2. And so it'll be Holt Davis, Michael Staudinger, and Hunter Hanks due up middle of the order, 4, 5, 6. Chugiak.
Davis with one of just the 4 hits the Chinooks have to this point in this game.
LeBron ready and swing and a miss. Threw the fastball right by him, 0-1. These two teams will go at it again tomorrow night. This time back in Chugiak. 7 p.m. start, 6:45 pregame. Those times Alaska time right here on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. 0-1 pitch. And it is an absolute dandy. Right on the corner. Froze Davis, 0-2. That was an off-speed pitch. Looked like the slider from LeBron. '70th pitch coming from Calvin LeBrun. Swing and a miss. Fastball. Throw it right past him as Holt Davis strikes out. Another strikeout on the day for LeBrun. 1 out here in the top of the 7th.
7 strikeouts now for LeBron, and he's cruising.
1 per inning. That's pretty solid, I must say. Wow, and the whole time only giving up 4 hits. And first pitch is fouled straight back by Staudinger. 0-1. Staudinger, one of those 7 strikeout victims, struck out swinging back in the 4th, had a single back in the second. Outside. 1-1. Another fastball that time. 1-1 pitch. Way inside. 2-1. Playing straight away, all fielders. Caruso just shading a little bit more towards left field. Left center, that is. This one's grounded hard and foul. Down the first base line. 2-2. LeBron out of Phoenix, Arizona. Freshman at Gonzaga. 2-2 pitch. And this one's hit well towards right center field. On his horse is Paskowitz, and he makes the diving catch. Brick Paskowitz in the gap. Doing it all for this team this year. Makes a save from the pitching mound and fielding well, and also hitting the ball pretty well as well. All three areas that he needs to or could possibly be in a baseball game, as Brick Paskowitz shows off his glove that time. Beautiful sliding catch in right center field.
Off the bat, it looked like we're just wondering if he was able to get that to cut it off and not allow it double to happen, but he makes a diving catch.
Missing that time is LeBron 1-0 as he faces Hunter Hanks, who is 0 for 1 today. Just missed. Just above the belt, but it was a little bit inside. 2-0. Talked about LeBron beating Arkansas, as that one's flown towards center. Caruso on his horse and to his left, and slightly back behind him to make the catch in right center field, as that will do it for the top of the seventh. It is stretch time at the ballpark. Miners 2, Chinooks nothing on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Welcome back to Herman Brothers Field as the Miners lead 2-0 as we are done with stretch time here at the ballpark. Just letting you know, tonight's 7th inning stretch is brought to you by the Cindy Heel Allstate Insurance Group. The proud ladies at Cindy Heel Allstate Insurance Agency are located at Mile 3 of the Palmer-Wasilla Highway in Midtown Estates, where you are in good hands. Ours. Give us a call or stop in anytime. Cindy, Kelsey, Julie, and Sky are ready to be your trusted advisors. Go Miners. And so Brick Paskowitz, after that beautiful catch out in right center field in the top of the inning, will bat. 9-1-2 coming up for the Miners as he takes ball 1 low. 1-0. No runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Chinooks. 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Miners. That one's up for a ball, 2-0. Bullpen is going, even though Calvin LeBrun only has 78 pitches going in through 7 innings. Maybe watching the pitch count a bit since it's so early in the season. Strike at the knees on the inside corner to Paskowitz, 2-1. And Kyle made a good point in the break. May not want to burn out the pitcher. That one is right down the middle and hammered into right center field. A single for Paskowitz. He's going to have to stop there. But a solid one is a mistake from Grant Page. Left a pitch right over the heart of the plate and up. And Brick Paskowitz found it and hit into right field for the 8th hit of the game for the Miners.
Nice piece of hitting there by Brick Paskowitz just to go with the pitch and take it into right field.
Now Alex Caruso. 2 singles today. Scored in the 5th inning. And tries to bunt quickly, but misses. That's a strike, 0-1. You know for sure Cromwell is going to come running in at every attempt. But Holt Davis is holding the runner Paskowitz right now at first. Page is ready. He'll take a look from the stretch. 0-1. And he does get it down. It's a very nice bunt. Page will go over and field it and flip on to first for the out. So Caruso's retired. 1 out in the inning, but Paskowitz moves up safely to second. And so a runner in scoring position with only 1 out. And now to the plate is Tyler Wolf. 0 for 2 today. Fielder's choice, fly out, and he was hit by a pitch back in the 3rd. Would love to hit it in that same area. He hit Wednesday night, a ground ball in between first and second, which ended up in the outfield and drove in a run. Way inside from Page, 1-0. Grant Page has very much steadied the ship since Fairchild gave up those 2 runs in the 5th. Now with over an inning of work. Inning and 2/3. Popped up high into short right field. It's fading towards mid-right field, and he will make the catch. As Paskowitz going to tag up, ball's going to get past, but great job backing up the play was Page. As Brob's throw got past Cromwell at third base, but Page, doing what he was supposed to do in the right spot, was able to cut that one off and ensure that Paskowitz would not be able to score on an error by Brobst or Cromwell. Now Boxwell going to go talk to Page. And here's Vance Vizcaíno. Would say the odds are normally against teams in 2-out hitting, but not this Miners team. They have been very clutch with 2 outs early on in the season in their first now 3 contests. And coach is going to come out. The skipper is going to come out. We'll see if he motions to the bullpen. As Jordan Vieira will not take the ball from Page, at least yet. He is going to give him a talk, though. An interesting spot for sure. Got a runner on third, but 2 outs. Page has been good. Has only given up the 1 base runner. Miners went 1, 2, 3 in the 6th, although Nishioka did get a single, but Zellner was thrown out at home. They will make the change, and Grant Page is going to check out. The Chinooks will have a new pitcher, and we'll tell you who it is when we come back. This is your home for Matsu Miners Baseball. So Caden Owen's going to come in to pitch for the Chugiak-Eagle River Chinooks. He did it all the other night on Wednesday. He got the start at DH, then pitched the 2nd inning in that non-conference game and then went out and played some left field. Caden Owens going to come in this spot against Vance Vizcaino as Vieira is going to play the numbers game, the lefty versus lefty matchup. Caden Owens is a lefty, 6 foot, 185-pounder from Oral Roberts University, originally from Jenks, Oklahoma. And he's going to come in a big spot here as the Chinooks trying to avoid another run from coming in, already down 2-0 in what has been a really difficult game for the teams trying to hit.
It's been if you're an offensive fan, this isn't your game tonight, but boy, we love watching the great pitches that we've had tonight, especially from Calvin LeBrun. We'll have to see if he sticks it out for another inning. We'll find out after this, but so far he's thrown 78 pitches and has worked 7 innings, and just struck out 7 batters, no walks, just outstanding outing for him. But on the other side, you talk about the job done by Michael Fairchild, pitching a very nice night for him as well. He started the game, the second batter of the game. He worked 4 2/3 innings, didn't allowed us 2 runs, but Grant Page and obviously did a good job in relief as well. So really a good night of relief work for the Chinooks as well.
Vizcaino will step in, delivering an RBI double in his last at-bat back in the 5th, which scored Caruso. First pitch from Owens, and he took a rip at it and fouled it straight back. 0-1. It was an elevated fastball from Owens. Owens also has a pretty solid curveball with some movement on it.
They made the pitching change knowing how damaging this guy can be.
Owens from the stretch, 0-1, and this one's grounded right to short. Should be an easy play, but off-balance throw, and he's safe! Vance Vizcaino beats it out! As Brick Paskowitz comes in to score, what a hustle play by Vance Vizcaino, as Hunter Hanks has been making those plays in his sleep all day, but it was the hustle by Vizcaino that got down the line, and that will drive in an RBI for Vizcaino as he beats it out, his second of the game. Makes it 3-0 Miners here in the 7th inning.
That shows you why he's been drafted 3 times. He hustles and works so hard, and you just saw it right there on display.
Another 2-out RBI driven in by this Miners team.
Second by him today.
And now Zellner. Second consecutive game with 2 RBIs for Vizcaino. Owens threw ball 1 low. That one's hit well to right field, going back towards the track, and he will make the catch as that one hung up a little bit. Robs hauls it in to retire the side. The Miners strike again. Vizcaino, an infield single, gives the Miners a 3-0 lead. When we come back, Kyle Howard will take over the play-by-play for the rest of this one. You are listening to Matsu Miners Baseball on the Miners Radio Network.
The night is done for Calvin LeBrun, but what an outstanding performance he had tonight. He had definitely the best start we've seen all year, Kevin. Go ahead and run down the line for him tonight.
7 innings pitched for LeBrun, 24 batters faced. He gave up only 4 hits, no walks, no hit batters, 7 strikeouts, only 25 balls to 53 strikes. So when you look at it, great numbers all around, just a 173 batting average against him. And so Calvin LeBrun, when you look at at it, gets the start in the third game of the season, but going forward, you got to like what you see from the guy because he had a really, really impressive start, and he most definitely deserves a win tonight.
He absolutely does. And taking over for him, though, will be Caleb McCann. He saw some action just the other night here in Palmer. He worked 2/3 of an inning and did not allow a run in relief. He's part of that relief corps that slammed down the door and marked 3 1/3 innings and didn't allow any runs. It's helped the Miners come away with an 8-5 victory that night. Tonight, hoping to do the same thing. They lead at 3-0 as we head to the top of the 8th. And to start things off will be Tyler Boxwell, the catcher. He is 0 for 2 officially on the day. Last time up, flew out to right field. Also was doubled off earlier on. He was actually the one that lined back to pitcher LeBrun back in the second inning. And then just bad luck for him. It was hit like a rocket.
That was a very alert play by LeBron. Both of the balls that were hit at him, comebackers, he was able to corral right away and make a throw where he needed to. Or he caught it, and in that case, and was able to double off the runner Staudinger at second.
This pitch taken down low for a ball. It'll be 1 ball and no strikes. But this Matsu Miners bullpen so far this year has been outstanding. Pitch taken out right on the outside edge for a called strike. They give it to him there, and he did hit the corner there. Still activity brewing in the Matsu Miners bullpen as well. So a right-hander in the pen. It looks like Byron Hood. We'll let you know for sure in a second. This one popped foul, not a play. This one, actually, there might be some room for Nishioka. He will make the catch. Ball looked like it was going to carry farther than it did. It found a little bit, stayed in to the green area here on the grass. So I'll call that a pop out. Give Nishioka the catch there. There's 1 man out for McCann. That'll be Jacob Brops, the hitter. He's 0 for 2 on the day. He grounded out to the shortstop Tyler Wolf back in his third inning and also struck out looking the last time up. Takes the pitch at the knees for a called strike and a fastball. Caleb McCann's ahead of the count. No 1 ball and or 1 strike and no balls here.
McCann came in, pitched 2/3 of an inning on Wednesday night and was effective in that outing for the Miners, shutting out the Chinooks.
The right-hander comes set now.
Part of a Miners bullpen that has not given up a run and hopes to continue that same trend.
Over the fastball. This one hit up the hole. Diving stop by Wolf, but he has no play for it. He kicks it around. That'll be an infield hit for Brox. That's his first hit of the evening tonight.
Yeah, that was a tough play for Wolf, raging to him, to his left, and that time just not quite able to get to it. Even if he would have been able to field it cleanly, it would have been a tough play for him to make. So Brops there running pretty hard down the line, able to beat it out, get a single as Wolf wasn't able to corral it.
Here's the first pitch outside for a ball by McCann. McCann, an all-conference in high school at Northeast Guilford High School as well for football. So what an athlete he is. His brother, again, is a tight end at Appalachian State as well as him. He's obviously Caleb, a baseball player, but his brother a football player there. Fastball at the knees for a call strike. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Cromwell, the left-handed hitting third baseman, looking to do some damage and try to cut at the deficit. It's 3-0 here. The Miners lead it here in the top of the 8th. The pitch is outside for a ball in the dirt. 2 balls and 1 strike now. Tomorrow night again, it'll be these two teams squaring off again, but they'll be at Chugiak this time. 7 p.m. start, 6:45 p.m. pregame for that one as well.
And these teams then will take a couple weeks off from each other and play the 25th and 26th of June, home-and-home series there. But they play the last 5 games of the month for the Miners. The 25th, 26th, 28th, 29th, and 30th are all against the Chinooks, so definitely not done with this team.
Pickoff throw is nice scoop there by Zellner. That would have been going down the line. Ball thrown into the dirt, and Zellner had to jump off the bag to get to it.
And also they'll play the Chinooks a couple times in July. More of those contests at home. So they play the
It's
Chinooks
a friendly
more on the
neighbor
road.
just right up the road here. About a half hour away. It's fun pin in the air to right field. Pascal's running in on it. He's going to have to make a nice catch. He does. He lunges for it right in front of the second baseman, Schleppenbach. Nice play again by Brick Paskowitz. He's been all over the field today in right field. And he covers a lot of ground out there. He makes the catch here. Cameron Baranek will be the two-out batter now. A runner over on first base, and still his team down 3-0. Outfield will shift toward the left field line. Infield will play straight away here. The runner on first with a short lead. McCann comes set, looks back the runner on first, he delivers. The runner goes, the throw pitches up for a ball, and it's off the glove of Tyler Wolf. So in safely with a stolen base is Jacob Brobst. So they do call that a strike at the knees, excuse me. So it'll be a no ball and 1 strike count. McCann still trying to get out of this inning. Still just 1 out away from doing that, but a runner standing on second base. Here's a pitch. This one lying in the deep center field on his horses, Caruso. It's over his head, and it's going all the way to the wall. A run will come around to score, and rounding second and holding up right there is Baranek. It is 3-1. The Chinooks have gotten on the board here in the 8th inning.
Yeah, solidly hit ball that time by Baranek. Just got a good piece of it. McCann left one over the plate there, and unfortunately for the Miners, that one is going to make a run come across, and lead cut just a little bit.
And that's going to bring out pitching coach Matt Greeley. Try to settle him down a little bit. Disappointing for the Miners as LeBron was cruising up until this inning, and really Caleb McCann was as well up until these last couple batters here. But an absolute rocket off the bat of Baranek. His first hit of the day, and obviously the RBI that plates the first run of the day for the Miners. Still down by 2, though, are the Miners, but the tying run is now at the plate in Braxton Wilkes.
And the constant theme of the day, 2-out clutch hitting, and that was another one. I thought for a second that Caruso was going to have a beat on it. He was hustling, but just not quite able to get to it. And you don't see many balls get out to that wall out in center field, but I think that shows you how hard that ball was tattooed off the bat of Baranek.
So now the 2-out batter now will be Braxton Wilkes. He's had a bunt hit his last time up, make that 1 for 3 officially on the day. That was back when LeBron was cruising, and he tried to get on via bunt, and he was able to do it. As the first pitch taken low for a ball. McCann behind the count, 1 ball and no strikes. Warming up in the bullpen is the not newly acquired, but newly arrived Corbin Martin. So pitches outside for a ball. Corbin Martin just arrived from Texas A&M. Again, his team in the College World Series with TCU. A couple players also arriving when TCU's season finishes, but a couple players arrived here from Texas A&M yesterday. Good to see Corbin Martin here. We'll see if he does come on to pitch. McCann's first pitch down low for a ball.
Yeah, Martin and the A&M players and TCU players all part of that dramatic extra inning game, which ended up being a victory for TCU, but it was a hard-fought contest for Texas A&M, falling just short.
3-0 pitch is way down low for a ball, and on to first goes Braxton Wilkes, and now back-to-back base runners have reached. McCann in a little bit of trouble here in the 8th inning.
And that puts the tying run on first base, Kyle.
Go ahead, run at the plate here. It'll be Will Bass, and that's going to draw a manager Ben Taylor out to the mound. We'll see if that'll be it for him. It will be, as Corbin Martin will be making his Miners debut. We'll give you that in just a moment. We'll take a break here with the pitching change. You listen to Matsu Miners Baseball on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Right-hander Corbin Martin summons the mound here as we're here in the top half of the 8th inning, excuse me. 1 run already in, 2 men out, but still 2 runners on base here. First and second. He deals with it here. Martin again from Texas A&M. He loves to fish and hunt, so a great place for here out in Alaska. But good bio stat on him. He was named the state MVP in his junior and senior years in high school when he was in Houston, Texas. A lot of talent coming from Corbin Martin as he gets on the hill and is ready with the first pitch now. Looks back the runner, and here he comes with it. Fastball way outside for a ball. It'll be 1 ball and no strikes. Coming set now. Here's a 1-0 pitch down low in the dirt again. The runner moved to third, and the throw is caught up in the air by Nishioka. He had to jump up to make that catch. Nearly got thrown into left field. So credit him with a stolen base. That'll be Brops getting the stolen, or make that Barana getting the stolen base there. Over on first still, Braxton Wilkes. It was not a double steal. He stays on first, so it's runners on the corners now. It'll be a 2-0 count now in just a moment. Corbin Martin will toe the mound again. Comes set, looks for the sign, looks back the runner at third. Now he comes home. Fastball outside again. It'll be 3 balls and no strikes. Corbin Martin is really bringing it. Just wanting to find the plate right here. Here's a 3-0 pitch. Off-speed pitch upstairs for a ball. That'll be ball 4 here, and the bases are loaded now. Holt Davis will be the batter.
Tying run on second base, and definitely know Corbin Martin, a talented pitcher for this team out of Cypress, Texas, 6'3", 190-pound freshman. Coming in a tough spot, but this is exactly what manager Ben Taylor likes to do. Put his players out in tough situations and see how they handle them, and he has a lot of trust in Corbin Martin right now, and he's going to see if Martin can get out of this jam. Just needs to get 1 out.
Certainly hoping he can do it right here. Here's the pitch. Fastball inside for a ball. It'll be 1 ball and no strikes.
Nowhere to put him, Kyle.
Nowhere to put him. He's got to throw a strike right here. Team up 3-1, trying to keep it right where it's at. Here's the pitch. Fastball on the inner edge, so it's even a 1 ball and 1 strike now.
Holt Davis has struck out twice today. Martin would love one of those here.
1-1 pitch is down low for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. No activity in either bullpen now, so this will be Corbin Martin's situation to get out of. The wheel and the deal. Here's a pitch. Fastball nearly clipped his knee. And Holt Davis is ahead in the count. 3 balls and 1 strike now, and the bases are loaded. 1 pitch away from allowing a run via walk. The 3-1 pitch. Here comes Martin, and he walked him. Ball 4 draws in a run. And just like that, it's back-to-back walks issued by Corbin Martin out of the bullpen, and it'll be 3-2 the score now.
Yeah, Martin having a little trouble finding the strike zone. But no appearance from Greeley or Taylor. They're going to stick with him. But the go-ahead run now on second base. So maybe this previous run doesn't mean as much, but got to get out here.
Fastball on the outer edge for a called strike. It's no balls and 1 strike.
Now the 8th batter to bat in this inning for the Chinooks.
Fastball upstairs for a ball here. It'll be 1 ball and 1 strike. Corbin Martin needing a strike here. Martin delivers home. Call strike at the knees. It'll be a 1 ball and 2 strikes count, and he's 1 pitch away from getting out of this jam. Warming up in the bullpen is Trent Thompson. Here's the line, the delivery. The 1-2 pitch is outside for a ball. Try to get him to chase it. So we'll go 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Hoping to not have to use Thompson until the 9th are the Miners.
Here's a pitch. This ball scooped up in the dirt by Hancock, and we'll go 3 balls and 2 strikes. The runners will be off and going. And Corbin Martin in a world of trouble here. Looking for a strike to get out of this one, and of course, here's a drive into deep right field, but Paskowitz has it in his tracks, and he makes the catch, and Corbin Martin escapes the jam. Back-to-back walks to create a little bit of trouble to start, but Corbin Martin gets the fly out to right field to end the inning. And we'll head to the bottom of the 8th. The Miners still on top 3-2. Listen to Matsu Miners Baseball on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Welcome back to Herman Brothers Field, where we head to the bottom half of the 8th inning. The Miners trying to play out on this inning as 2 runs were allowed in the top half of the inning to keep this a 1-run game now. It was 3-0 Miners starting it, but the Chinooks were able to cross 2 runs across the board. Tanner Nishioka will be the one leading things off for the Miners, though. A great crowd on hand the other night. Last night, a couple nights ago, was some rain, so it kind of deteriorated the crowd a little bit. But tonight, 1,012 show up for this game. So a very impressive crowd on hand tonight to watch the Miners have this 3-2 lead here in the 8th inning. Fastball by Caden Owens way outside for a ball in the dirt. So it'll be a 1 ball, no strike count to Nishioka. And Nishioka, of course, having a huge day so far. 3 for 3, has come across, and has also driven in a run, pitch outside for a ball, as well. But
and that makes that Vance Vizcaino hustle play even bigger than we could have thought. At that time, it was 3-0. Maybe thought it was just an insurance run, but now that's the run that's deciding this game.
This one popped down the line. We'll see if anyone was able to make the catch. And Holt Davis dives for it in foul ground, but can't quite get it.
Don't believe that's going to be an error because that was a really tough play to make.
It'll just be a long foul. But, a long run for Davis, a long run for the right fielder Brops, and really not an easy play for anybody. The ball ended up landing near the Miner bullpen out there where, by the way, Rick Paskowitz is warming up for the Miners. He got to save the other night, and he may get the opportunity to do it again. But here's a 2-1 count to Nishioka. Here's the pitch from Owens. Outside for a ball. There'll be 3 balls and 1 strike.
Nishioka reaching all 3 times today, 2 singles and a double.
Pitch taken. He does reach again with a walk here, taking it upstairs for a ball, so perfect 3 for 3 and a walk now.
Continues in different ways the hitting performance that we saw in the cages earlier by finding different ways to get on. Big batter to reach here with the Miners trying to get some insurance runs in the bottom of the 8th inning.
That'll bring up Jake Schleppenbach here. Schleppenbach officially 0 for 3 on the day, looking for his first hit here. Owens comes set. As Schleppenbach bunts it right past Owens. Owens will have no choice but to flip on to first baseman Holt Davis. What a bunt by the left-handed batting Schleppenbach. Bunted it to the right side of the mound. And really, for the lefty, Caden Owens had no choice but to flip on to first. He does get the out, but the runner, Nishioka, advances to second base, and there's a runner in scoring position with just 1 out. And that'll bring up J.J. Hancock. Hancock looking for his first hit of the day as well. Did reach base on a fielder's choice back in the second inning, though. Time called by the catcher, Tyler Boxwell, trying to make sure everyone's on the same page. Activity has started to loosen up in the Chinooks bullpen as well. And the meeting breaks up now. Outfield and infield straight away. We're in the bottom half of the 8th inning. 3-2 Miners. Herman Brothers Field here in Palmer, Alaska. Caden Owens looks back. The runner at second. He delivers home. This one fouled down the left field line and out of play by Hancock. That foul ball sponsored by Napa Auto Parts. If your car needs a new taillight or just any sort of nut, bolt, or screw, be sure to visit the Valley's locally owned and operated Napa Auto Parts. They're at Big Lake, Palmer, and Wasilla. Visit www.napaalaska.com. The 0-1 pitch now coming to J.J. Hancock. Here it comes. This one chopped in front of the shortstop, Hunter Hanks. It's going to be a tough play for him. He throws in time and gets Hancock by half a step. On to third goes Nishioka, though, so a runner on third base and 2 outs now. And that's going to bring out a chat with the pitching coach. And that'll also bring a pitching change with that as well. So we'll have a pitching change as we come back. Miners with a runner at third base and 2 men out. We'll see if they can cash in. Listen to Matsu Miners Baseball on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. We're back and ready for baseball here as Travis Stone, the submarine pitcher, takes on the hill. This ball gets in the dirt. It gets away from the catcher. There'll be a play at the plate, and sliding Nishioka gets in. Travis Stone tumbles on top of Nishioka, but the run comes across the score, an insurance run for the Miners. Score that a wild pitch, and a run for the Miners. It's 4-2. The Miners lead it here. They get an insurance run here. 2 men out still. They get the runner in from third, though. Slider in there for a called strike at the knees. Caleb Wood, the batter now. Wood had a single back in the second inning. Slider just inside for a ball as well. Stone from Stephen F. Austin University. 0-2 record with a 5.4 ERA and 19 relief appearances there this year. It's a foul tip into the mitt for a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 men out here though. Caleb Wood trying to keep the inning alive. The Miners already with 1 across. It's 4-2. This one hit well into deep left field. We'll see if the left fielder Wilkes has a beat on it. He does. He makes the catch a couple steps away from the left field line. But a run comes across the score for the Miners. We're going to head to the 9th inning. Last rally up time for the Chinooks. Listen to Matsu Miners Baseball on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Welcome back to Matsu Miners Baseball here in Herman Brothers Field. We enter the top of the 9th inning. It's the last rally time for the Chinooks. Rick Paskowitz checks in. He got a save the other day. He's trying to get a 2nd save of the year. Into right field checks Chris Hall. So Paskowitz making some dandy plays out in right field today. He moves over to the hill to pitch now. Paskowitz looks in for the sign. He delivers a first pitch and nearly clips the leadoff hitting Matt Ferruto. In there for a called strike. One ball, one strike. Paskowitz winds and delivers. This one hit well into deep left center field, and that ball's going it's going in the gap. It'll be cut off by Caruso. The throw into second base will be close, but sliding in safely is Ferruto with the leadoff double here. Nice throw from Caruso to make that a close play. The ball was hit in the left center field gap, but a nice throw there by Caruso. So leadoff double here. 1-1 count in the left center field gap. Again, a leadoff double by Ferruto. Got to bring up Tyler Boxwell, the catcher. Boxwell, the left-handed hitter. Boxwell 0 for 3 officially on the day. Throw back to second, not in time. But the tying run at the plate now with Boxwell. You'd like to do nothing more than tie this game up right here and right now. Here's the pitch. At the knees for a called strike. There'll be no balls and one strike. Paskowitz ahead on the count. Outfield straight away and relatively shallow. Infield straight away as well. Paskowitz looks back the runner and he comes home. Fastball outside for a ball. Even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. 4-2 here in the top of the 9th inning. Paskowitz trying to nail down the save, but a leadoff double up the pinch hitter Ferruto's bat. This one grounded to the second baseman Slepobaki, moves 2 steps to his left and fires in time for the out. On to third goes Ferruto though, so a runner on third base and only 1 out. 1 out batter will be Jacob Probst. Probst had a single and came around to score last inning. That was the first run that this Matsu Miners team was able to come across, but looks like we're about to have a pinch hitter here. Very interesting they're going to pinch it for Probst considering he singled and scored the last time around. Wait to see what other changes we might have right now.
Chinooks trying to roll the dice here, and Probst, even though he got a single, might like the matchup better. But Andrew Mogg going to come in and pinch hit here.
Andrew Mogg, again, the base was clearing double off the wall 2 nights ago. Very close to getting out of here. Here's a pitch. This one flared right at Schleppenbach, and he catches it 2 steps into the grass and just past second base. So now Brick Paskowitz, after giving up a leadoff double to Ferruto, is 1 pitch away, 1 out away from getting out of this game. It's a win for the Miners tonight. Patrick Cromwell, the third baseman, will bat with 2 men out here in the 9th inning. A runner standing 90 feet away. He is a tying run. Swing and a miss on a fastball upstairs. And now Brick Paskowitz is ahead in the count. No balls and 1 strike.
He said that time, see the fastball, try and hit it, and swung right through it to Cromwell.
Paskowitz comes set. He delivers. This one chopped toward the first baseman Zellner. He'll take it himself, and the Miners have won it tonight. Paskowitz allows a leadoff double to the pinch hitter Ferruto, but the Miners rally in the 9th inning, defensively at least, and they get out of the jam. They 3 consecutive outs after that. Leave the runner stranded at third base, and the Miners come ahead 4-2. They win for the 3rd consecutive game to start the year against the Chinooks team.
Yeah, it was a solid win, one in which it was a pitching battle all the way until the 5th, and the 2 runs for the Miners, with Vizcaíno getting the double and the RBI single by Zellner. But adding on in that bottom of the 7th inning again, advanced by Vizcaíno, his hustle ultimately got them a big run that made it 3-0 at that time, which we thought it was just an insurance run, but ended up being the game-winning run for this Miners team. The Chinooks came on hard in the 8th and was able to score 2. Baranek had an RBI double to center, and then walking with the bases loaded to score 1 was Davis, and he got the RBI from the cleanup spot. But then Corbin Martin able to get Staudinger to fly out, the biggest out of the game. Paskowitz does give up a hit, the double to Matthew Ferruto, but that's all she wrote as he retired Boxwell, Mogg, and Cromwell, and that was that. Miners lock up their first conference win of the season and get to 3-0, while the Chinooks fall to 1-3 and 0-1 in conference play.
Miners remain 3-0 and perfect on the season, as you mentioned. We'll now step inside the Napa Auto Parts postgame show. When we come back, you listen to Matsu Miners baseball and a 4-2 Miners victory right here on the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Welcome back to the Napa Auto Parts post-game show here with Caleb Wood today. Caleb joined us for the pre-game show as well. Thanks again for joining us both times today. It's been great talking to you today.
Thanks for having me again.
It's glad to have you here. Caleb, it was obviously a great win for you guys tonight to win your third consecutive game here against the Chinooks and to get rolling again in the conference play, get your first conference win tonight. How does that feel for you?
Yeah, it's good to get off on a good start. We're 3-0 right now, 1-0 in conference, and let's just keep it rolling.
You get to start tonight, get your first hit. How do you feel about that tonight?
Yeah, first hit is a minor. It felt good. Just a little piece in the right field. Hopefully I can live there all summer.
Good. And obviously we got to talk about the performance of Calvin LeBrun tonight. Absolutely dominant tonight. Have you ever seen him be this dominant, at least in practice? I know it's been the first game you've been experiencing. Can you just tell it was his night tonight?
Yeah, Calvin was on. I mean, he was lights out all night long. He was throwing strikes, keeping the ball down. And when he does that, guys aren't going to hit him. It was really fun to watch.
And really a tough spot late in the game, but you guys hung on there. How does that help the team morale?
Well, it just helps us because, we stick through it, and, anything can happen. Game of baseball is a crazy thing, but we got our pitchers going out there, and they got the job done in that inning where they had bases loaded. A new guy from Texas A&M came in and did the job, so that was cool. Let's just keep going with that.
Thanks for joining us today, Caleb, messed you up. Sorry about that, Caleb. Thanks again for joining us today, and again for the pregame show as well. Thanks for your time.
Yep.
And we'll have Coach with us in just a second again. And thanks again. The Miners won at 4-2 tonight, and they went on and won their third game this year, 3-0 on the season. Kevin will be with Coach in just a second. Thanks for tuning in. Listen to Matsu Miners Baseball on the Matsu Miners Radio Network.
Welcome back. You are in the Napa Auto Parts post-game show as I am Kevin Peel alongside the skipper, Ben Taylor. How are we doing, Coach?
Good, man. It's always good to be up here after a win.
Oh, of course. And this was a really good one, a fantastic pitching performance. And right now I'm sure you have so much to say about how the Calvin LeBrun came out tonight.
Yeah, LeBrun was fantastic. He was super efficient. He pounded the zone, kept his defense active, and he works incredibly quick. He was fun to watch. He had command of 3 pitches, and I was really proud of him.
And adding on to that, Fairchild, on the other side, did pitch pretty well against you. So, was he just throwing good too?
Yeah, he did a good job. He pounded the zone, and our swings were a little long tonight, and I think we were a little tight. Guys were a little revved up, but we get a big hit, and it's kind of like the pressure was off, and I think as we go along a little further, I think this team's going to be extremely good offensively.
And do we know exactly what happened at the start? Of course, Armstrong only pitched 1 batter, and then in came Fairchild, but there was a conference at the mound.
Yeah, they put the wrong guy on the lineup card, so he's got to throw to one hitter and then come out of the game, and it burns that hitter. So, it's an unfortunate mistake, but
one that happens occasionally.
Yeah, I guess.
At least in this circumstance. So when you look at it, too, big night from Vance Vizcaino on the offensive side, and you got to be especially impressed with his effort in what was ultimately the winning run in the 7th.
Yeah, that guy, I tell you what, Vance, I give him it was a fun deal because he drives in the first run of the game, and I give him a 3-0 green light, and his face kind of lights up. He's like, oh yeah, this is sweet. I get to swing the bat 3-0. He hammers the ball in the corner, and and then he's got that speed tool, and that was why he's been drafted 3 times. And he legs that ball out for another run. He's just done a fantastic job since he's been here.
And that wasn't really even a fielding error, I don't think, because that was just showing how much hustle.
There was no error. He just flat beat that. He just outran the baseball, and he did a great job.
he flat turned out what would be a single normally for so many players into a double with his effort.
Yeah, absolutely. Effort is just fantastic out of that kid, and he plays a great left field for us, and he works hard on his defense in the infield as well during batting practice. So we're really glad we got him here.
And also got to be happy with Brick Paskowitz making a big catch in right center field, also swinging the stick and then coming in and closing out your game.
Yeah, that dude's never played right field before. And I said to him yesterday, hey, you're going to play right field? And he said, okay. I mean, Brick doesn't care. He's a baseball player. I mean, we'll play National League style baseball when he goes into the game from right field. It's a lot of fun. Tonight was cool. The Arizona boys really represented tonight. So, it was the Arizona family should be pretty excited.
All right, and going into tomorrow's matchup in Chugiak against these same Chinooks. Any thoughts going into that one, Coach?
Warren gets the ball tomorrow, and see we go from there.
Perfect. Thank you very much,
Thanks,
Coach.
buddy.
You have a good night. We'll be right back as you are listening to the Matsu Miners Radio Network. Welcome back to the Napa Auto Parts post-game show. I'm Kevin P. alongside my partner Kyle Howard. And one final time for tonight's game before we travel to Chugiak tomorrow. Big 5-3 win for the Miners. They go to 3-0 overall, 1-0 in conference play. And Coach really seemingly was impressed with his team tonight. A lot of hard effort. Vizcaíno, of course, Paskowitz coming in and getting the sliding catch and then swinging the stick and also coming in to make the save, and can't forget Calvin LeBrun, who has to be our player of the game tonight.
Calvin was nothing short of outstanding. It goes without being said. 78 pitches, 7 strikeouts in 7 innings. So a strikeout per inning in that sense. Only allowed 4 hits, and none of them were really a threat at all. I believe they're all singles. Let's go back through there. I don't think he allowed anything beyond a single. I believe that's true actually, but regardless, that's whether I think he may have actually allowed a double in the process, but regardless, what an outstanding performance by him. The only trouble he really ran into was the runner on second base, and he got out of that one himself with a line drive back to him where he picked the runner off second base. So just an outstanding performance for him, and just his first start this year. Just an outstanding performance for Calvin LeBrun tonight, and very, very happy for him getting his first win tonight.
But the skipper said he expected this. He expected this type of effort. He has a personal connection with Calvin LeBrun, has been following him for a long time in terms of the recruiting trail, and knew what he was expecting. So I guess this was the type of Calvin LeBrun that he expected, and I guess we can expect some more of this because Coach Ben Taylor's definitely impressed with him.
Yeah, as a kid his 2-5 record may not scare you off when you first see it, but this kid beat Arkansas, and Arkansas certainly not a slouch in college baseball. So Calvin LeBrun is the real deal, and it's really quite astounding to watch him pitch. He looked fantastic today, and really fanned everybody away today.
Well, that's going to do it from here at Herman Brothers Field. We will be back at Herman Brothers Field on Tuesday, but until then, 2 road games coming up before the off day on Monday. They will face Chugiak tomorrow and the Anchorage Bucks on Sunday. Tomorrow's game, 7 p.m. Alaska time with a 6:45 pregame, and so the Miners will look to get to 4-0 and 2-0 in conference play if they can get that win. So for my partner, Kyle Howard, I'm Kevin Peel saying so long from Herman Brothers Field. This has been the Napa Auto Parts post-game show brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. So until tomorrow, have a good night and rally in the valley.
Oh.